Hello and welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. Today I will be doing 3 readings, looking into 3 collective energy groups. Perhaps you are in one of these. We'll go over those in one sec, but the purpose of the reading today is your journey, looking at your journey, current energy, emerging energy, and what might lie ahead for you on this path. Things to look out for, things to look forward to. And I will try to get some messages about your romantic love life, energies in that department, general pursuit of happiness stuff, like what clues to what might make you feel fulfilled, and also any messages that I might receive about healing inner child wounds. That's just some stuff I'm interested in right now. For each group, I've chosen 3 crystals. I'm trying to run down the chakras. We're going top to bottom and gonna get a real vibe here. So I will remember today to insert some close-up stills, and I may do that a little differently, kind of like one at a time rather than side by side, and repeat it so that you can feel the hit if you feel yourself being really drawn and called by one. The first group is apophylite, aquamarine, and smoky quartz, and the Muse Tarot deck. I have pulled the Fool card out of each of these decks, and they are already prepared with a stack of oracles beneath. I'm hoping that those energies will be kind of marinated in your little group and also subconsciously arrive to you, like help you kind of, in my mind, they're seasoning your pile selection, right? This is Angel Aura. This is chrysocolla and carnelian, and the Oriens Animal Tarot. And last but not ever least, number 3, we have a quartz point, a messsages, and galena. And this would be the Starpower Tarot. All right, so I'll do the close-up stuff and see you at your reading. Hello, group 1. You chose, let me do this up here. You chose the Muse Tarot. The Fool card from the Muse Tarot is this one. It's really beautiful. It's full of promise. I am going to go through these cards just so that you can get an up-close glimpse of them real quick, because I'm gonna just talk about what's here on the table. From the Archetypes deck, you have the Hunter. Look at that focus. And from the, oh my goodness, Runic, what is it called? Which is familiar, Runic Oracle. You have Ewas with this cat. Beautiful. From, gosh, am I gonna forget all the names? Animal Magic deck, Snake. From Vision of the Muse Oracle, Transformation. I mean, if you've seen any of these types of videos before, you realize Snake, Transformation, and here the Heart's Eye Oracle, Growth, go really well together. Okay, and then over here we have from Wilderness Collide Oracle, the Oracle, which I felt really fitting here beside Bird. All right, so let's talk about this. Talk about your journey for a minute. First of all, your energy is being summed up with the Hunter right now, which is, the Hunter is the seeker and predator in a way. Like, not that you're like out for the kill, but that you know how to set your eyes and your sight on what it is you want and need, and there's a focus that is coming coming into being, that is sharp and defined, and you're kind of full steam ahead. This is a beautiful energy of going for it, you know, and like knowing what you're going for. It's a very decided action, you know. It's kind of this feels a lot like Ace of Wands. It feels a lot like all the aces, to be honest. It just feels like a really renewed power coming out of the gate, and like really just going full speed ahead for what it is that you want. And with snake transformation and growth here together, it just is like, you know, when these cards come out this way and they complement each other this way, it just feels like a really determined message, you know. And that really fits with the energy that I'm getting from you right now. There's a real determination behind you now. I can't say for sure like what you're coming out of, but there is a feeling of renewal and regeneration. There is a feeling of, you know, kind of coming through some fog and some doubt, and then now, you know, being able to see the light and really wanting to, and that makes all the difference, really. Snake talking about, you know, shedding the old and releasing the old, letting go, and being fresh and new, which is very much, this transformation card is also just talks of endings and beginnings, which is another feeling that I got from this hunter energy, is that you know, there's probably been some sort of ending of something in your life fairly recently that has propelled you into the next stage, the next level. It's only a good thing, even if it felt bad for however long. Coming out of that fresh and revived. Is that a word? Revived, rejuvenated, and yeah, revived. And then the growth card, you know, this is about development and flourishing and really blossoming and becoming, you know, becoming what you are. Let's take a closer look. This fairy here and this flower. That's your energy, you know, that there's a real feeling here of you coming into your own. This Ewa's rune is about magic and liberation and rebirth and awakening, and I think it's also like so incredibly fitting here because there's just an awakened energy. It really doesn't get any more clear than that, and I don't feel like you need a whole lot of elaboration. I mean, it's just one card after the other saying the same thing, and these were shuffled and drawn randomly. I did not select these myself for you. So there's definitely just a real energy of a fresh new you know, and to say beginning doesn't even feel right, because everything that has happened is still a part of you and is what is fortifying you in a way, you know, like anything that you've been through, whatever storm you've been through, whatever, you know, dust has finally settled, you know, that's all like, led you here, you know, and it's like we can sweep it away and let it go, and move clearly ahead, but you know, not without there's a sort of acknowledgement of what you went through. Like it feels important here for you. Like you don't, like, there's a, how do I say this? People in this group, I get the feeling that it's not like you want to like bury it 6 feet under, throw the dirt on it and never look back kind of feeling. It's like you're more like in a state of like an acceptance and a gratitude that what it was that you went through is has made you stronger, has made you better, and like that's a really good energy to come move forward, and because it is good to let go. But if you can also hold the experiences that were less pleasant or were very challenging or difficult, if you can hold those in a sort of just a perspective. I don't even think that it's necessary that you feel something defined like gratitude, but that it's there's just this humble, I don't want to say appreciation, but there's a humble acknowledgement, It's just like, yeah, that made me who I am, and who you are is continuing to blossom. And it's amazing because, when I think of flowers, I think of the way they get really beautiful and then it's done, they're over, the bloom is gone, it fades, it decays. But there's just a feeling here of your blossoming and your journey unfolding, just never stopping, never being, how do I say this? Like you won't reach like a maximum beauty, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you're this one flower who's gonna reach like this full beauty and openness and then like begin to like go away or fade. It's like there's no limit to how much bigger and layered and colorful this blossom of you can get. And I'm not trying to be cheesy, it's just like a feeling. But so these two beside each other, really cool. This oracle is talking about, seeking the truth and listening to your inner voice, but like really wanting the messages, you know what I mean? Like really craving answers and messages, and really feeling that intuitive channel open up for yourself. And then the bird, the messenger, this is about news coming your way and enlightenment. And birds are also representative of soul and spirit. So like I just get the feeling here that you're really open a channel to hear your own higher self more clearly, and you're probably seeing signs all around yourself, and hearing resonance in places where you seek guidance. And I can't say that that's here, but places like this, like you are feeling connected, is what I'm getting. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. It just feels like you're in a very new, fresh energy that is ready to take on the world, ready to move forward, really excited about the future. If you don't feel that right now, it may just be, you may be on the cusp of it. So, yeah, so let me get these out of the way, and we will move right into the tarot portion for some information, right? Pardon the shuffling. I hoped that, all the work that went into choosing the oracles, like shuffling all the decks and meditating on the energy and drawing those cards, I was hoping that would cut down on time. Whoops. And here I am doing a little bit of this, but it's okay. It's just one deck, not however many that was. All right, group one. There's so much excitement in my chest for you. It's a fluttery butterfly feeling, but it's high up in my chest, not low down in my stomach, and it just feels sunny and optimistic. It feels good. It feels welcome, and it feels limitless. Do you understand? Like, it feels like I really get the feeling that the sky is the limit, and the level of optimism that you are feeling or will be feeling or is within grasp for you to actually hold on to, within grasp, within reach for you to hold on to right now, is really, it's the kind of energy that where you really attract abundance and great things for yourself. Sometimes I feel like my words go out the window, but all right, one last time. Group number 1, let's look at the journey. Let's look at what's happening. Okay. Let's see, current, emerging, and in waiting. Okay, this is lovely. We have the Wheel, the Lovers, and the 3 of Pentacles. All right. So, for current energy, sitting in Wheel of Fortune energy right now, I get the feeling that yes, a cycle has been turning, and your luck has come up. You know what I mean? Like, if you think of roulette, your number came up. You know, like you're on the top side of the wheel right now. You're in that energy of you know, if you're sitting on a Ferris wheel, if you've done that and you go up around, like everybody probably has their favorite spot. It's a sweet spot on the wheel. That's where you are. You're in that sweet spot. It's like the anticipation of the next rotation, you know, and it's like, it's feels good. And then the Lovers, of course, you know, speaking of, I would like to say divinely guided partnerships, romantic and otherwise, relationships. This is actually ruled, I believe, by Gemini, and we are currently, at time of recording, have just entered Gemini, and it's just a real feeling of the time is right, the time is ripe, and the world is opening up for you. And it's just I get the feeling that emerging energy for you involves partnerships and relationships that are only for your benefit, either partnerships that already exist, sort of fortifying and advancing a bit, and partnerships that will be beneficial, mutually beneficial, coming into your picture right now. Like I said, those can be romantic. They can be things that have to do with getting stuff done, you know, collaboration in the form of creative endeavors and business and whatever else it is you do for your livelihood, all the sorts of things that make everything work. And here we are with, speaking of making it work, the 3 of Pentacles, which is about collaboration, and it's just there's a very, between these 2 cards for emerging and future energy, it feels to me like for you coming up there, you know, lying just ahead for you is a collaboration of sorts. It could be romantic, there could be romance elements, but it definitely, actually, just regardless of that, feels like a collaboration with like-minded people that is going to be sort of a collective experience that is just good for everyone, like something good. Like, and if there's something that you're involved in, or that you may want to be involved in, that is, you know, socially responsible, or something that builds and creates change for the better. Like, I get a real feeling of being able to make a difference, like whatever it is. It could be there is a feeling that is a difference for the community that you're in, but it also can be just even in your own personal life, the amount of rewards and working together with whoever it is you're working with, being just very satisfying and rewarding. There's a rewarding here. Let's take a look at, let me get a couple of words of guidance, just guidance from Spirit about staying on this highlighted trajectory that feels healthy and good. Like, what's a word of guidance? Four of Cups. Yeah. Just remember that the maintaining this energy is delicate. Like, staying balanced is delicate work, and it's sometimes difficult work. And it is also extremely normal to have times, days, hours of feeling a little detached or indifferent, you know, like feeling a little flat. And that's totally normal. And that when that arises for you and you start to feel yourself kind of slowing down or losing steam or needing a minute or whatever it is, tend to that. Like, tend to it, take care of yourself, but also just bear in mind, keep somewhere in your mind that it is temporary, and that, you know, it's normal for waves to go up and down, and wheels to turn around and around, and for you know, the energy to don't be knocked off your path by moments that are totally normal and expected. Try not to let, if you wake up one day or if something happens along the way that throws you off and makes you sad, just let it wash through you and remember that it's only temporary. You are still connected to your higher power, and you can still receive this guidance. The Chariot. Yeah, you're moving toward victory, and you don't need to get caught up in just like moments, you know, other people's energy, things that happen in the world, in the news. Like, there's a lot out there that can come at you and make you question what you're doing. But just remember, this is the Chariot. This is beautiful energy. You are in control in so many ways of where you're headed right now. Like, there's something, we have a lot of our power lies in the way we react to actions, and you are also in a specific spot of power that is related to taking action, not just reacting, because a lot of what we do is just in the flow, and it's a dance we do with life, and like, we just react, and we toss a ball and it comes back to us, and we toss it back, and it's like this interplay. But like, there is, Spirit wants you to know, a definite sense of control over initiative action. You know, like, you have you're in a current space of being able to create from fresh, from the start, things that are brand new, and ideas and movements in your life right now are you you can harness that control. Okay, let me see if there's a message about romantic love. We did have this Lover's card. Let me get 2 for romantic love for number 1. Romantic love for you right now. 8 of Swords. I sent some single people, kind of hoping that the right person is coming soon. I see there may be some situations here where you're still entangled a bit, but seeing the way out. So romantically, I feel 2 big energies here. One is still in the process of letting go and leaving a situation, being conflicted about that, feeling kind of stuck, feeling like, why isn't this, why can't I let this go? But you can. That's the message of the 8 of Swords. You can let it go. You feel like you can't. You convince yourself maybe that you can't, but you can. And then, like I said, I think there's some single people energy here as well, that you're kind of just wondering, or, you know, relatively single. You're probably, take that how you want. Like, you know, wondering, are you going to find me? My one, are you going to find me? Like really kind of craving that love. And what's another message about what's happening? What's coming up in, that's now, but let's look at what's emerging and coming up in the romance department for number 1. The Fool. Here we are back at the start, the card you chose. So there is an opportunity for a new beginning and taking the leap. And this, I get the feeling that this may be a situation that is new in many ways for you. Like it sounds like someone who is not the type you're used to, or someone you wouldn't necessarily go for, or something that's just very I mean, it could be foreign, but there's just a real feeling of something coming up for you that is the beginning of a great actual journey with someone, like a significant relationship with someone that will help you get where you're going, sort of feeling like there's someone to support you, hold your hand is why I said that. I heard hold your hand. There's someone to just sort of be there and be there in those moments when, if you ever feel flat, and potentially trigger moments that make you feel flat. But for the most part, there's, you know, if you just look, just the 2 of these for now and next for love, you know, we're going from like looking for light in this dark space and wow, just being out in the light and going toward brighter days. And I would just say that for romance, the message here is you are emerging into something exciting, something new, something that might make you curious, make you feel very curious about parts of this person is different from you and will help you see parts of yourself that you haven't been able to see before. Because, you know, we often use romantic relationships as a way to look at ourselves and unfortunately like derive so much of our own esteem from them. But you know, this is new and this is different for you. This is like somebody who's just not like the others. And it doesn't, you know, I don't necessarily know that it's someone that you who knows where this journey will lead. This is the Fool. This is the zero. This is the beginning. And like, there's no telling where this journey will lead. But going into it, like in the present moment and staying present along the way is really the message. And it feels like a good thing. Like it feels like possibly divinely sort of nudged at you. Like if you're over here wondering, where's this person or where's my way out? Here's a new person or your way out. If that made sense to anyone. Let's talk about the pursuit of happiness. Kind of, maybe this goes back up, you know, into the whole general section, but I really just want to know your pursuit right now. What's the energy around what you're doing right now to become a fulfilled soul? Currently, 7 of Swords. All right. There might be a little sneakiness and a little dishonesty around your methods. Maybe you're not being honest with yourself. Remember that you cannot lie to yourself for long. You will call your own self out. Spirit will call you out in messages and signs. So if you're doing something that doesn't feel right, and you would know what that is, then I would say, you'll be urged to drop it, to drop that out of your toolbox, and to be steered toward just more truth in the way you're going. The message I'm getting right now is that you don't need to worry about so much about what other people think. All right, so what's emerging in your pursuit of happiness and fulfillment, and and the way you're approaching that? The Hermit, soul seeking. So that's perfect compared, you know, beside what I just said to you. Yeah, you're going deep. You want to do a deep dive into yourself. So you're going to drop the facade and get in there and look around inside your heart. And you're going to be following your heart more and giving less fucks about what other people think about you. I feel from this that there's just been too much, you've put too much concern into validation from others, and that needs to fall away, because it's inside you. You will self-validate. You will know, you will feel a sense of truth, and you will know that you're being true to yourself, instead of trying to please others or impress others. And as for the healing of the inner child, everybody's got a little somebody in there. Something went awry. I don't know. I mean, I guess there are some pretty healthy individuals, but even as a parent, I'm able to see like just how you can't win them all. And in some way or another, we misinterpret and let things that occurred when we were young shape us in ways that shaped our needs and our self-perception. So a message about what your inner child may be needing you to see right now. Six of Wands. Yes. Six of Wands is about self-respect and or just respect in general, but like I feel like you're missing some things about yourself that you need to hear. You need to know that you are unique and special. I'm hearing you need to know that you are capable of great things. You are respected by more people than you realize. You are held in high regard by more people than you realize. You matter. You need to share warmth with your inner child, and affirm these truths about who you are, that your inner child needs reassurance and to be reminded from yourself and possibly new good people around you that you are unique, worthy, special, and someone that people genuinely hold in high regard, you know? Like, it doesn't always feel that way. It doesn't feel that way, but it is true. You are seen as a bit of a leader and a force, and you may not know that. And your inner child seems to not know it for sure. And then so what kind of what else can number one do for inner child healing? And we got the Nine of Wands. Yes. Don't be afraid of your power, and don't be afraid to stand in that. Yeah. Don't shut yourself down. I want you to see these. This is about your lack of awareness about how, or deep inside, like a questioning of your, sometimes your confidence would waver and there's a question in your esteem. But here, it's just encouragement. I find it interesting that both of these cards have these big canyons and just these large monumental spaces and this great dunes, and just, this is so majestic power and ownership. That's the feeling that I'm getting, that you'll be coming into that, that sort of like, it's probably a part of your journey coming up for you to yeah, I'm just getting a lot of images of like tender loving care, like a parent gently tending to a scrape on the knee and like cleaning it up and being sympathetic and caring, and like it's really just a matter of you giving that to yourself, and the result being you feel better deep inside, the deep inside of you part that is still still the child, eternally the child. There's that in all of us, and that part of you will be feeling more secure, and from that your now self and your current persona or whatever is sorry, my phone's ringing. I just got really distracted. Yeah. There's a beautiful power coming from taking care of yourself and recognizing your worth. And yeah, so that is really like, I know it may feel really brief, but that's what I have time for and what I'm trying to do. And I did, you know, everything felt clear, whether I could express it clearly or not. And you just seem to be in a really, really promising place. That's the word that I would choose to describe your, you know, your progress on your journey right now, like just full of promise and better days ahead. So I'm super happy if this is true for you, and let me know. See you next time. Hello, group 2. You chose the Oriens Animal Tarot. I'm going to give you up close look at the oracles I pre-shuffled and drew. This is from Archetypes Anima Mundi. This is from Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle, Perthrow Rune with a snake. Snake holding a key, no less. Animal Magic, Raven. Vision of the Muse, Intuition. Heart's Eye, Oracle, Strength. It's beautiful, right? Wilderness Collide, Oracle, Little River. And Hollow Valley Deck of Symbols, Garden. I just suddenly realized I don't know if I said that on the last one, if I named that one. Anyway, here we are. Here we are. I would like to first address your energy showing up here with Anima Mundi. This is the final card of the Archetypes deck, I'm pretty sure. It really is everything. It is all the world. It is the soul of the world. It is the I believe the book said the sacred details, you know. This is all the little things and everything that is. It is just the vastness of spirit and what, you know, our calling, our purpose, everything. It's very, very powerful. Here in this picture, there is, oh, I think I had it upside down. There's this person sitting here meditating with, we've got a lot of astrology symbols around, and this like, this crown. I like to think it's like, so that's an upside down candle flame, right? Like coming out of the head here. I just feel like there's a lot of enlightenment involved in this card. There's a lot of understanding and messages coming through. There's a real kind of cool, gothy vibe on this table right now, and it's not just, it's very magician, it's very high priestess. And there's, here we have for the Perthrow room, this is about a good omen and fate and the unknown, and there's actually an occult tie with this one. And like I said, the snake is holding this key, and to me, black snakes are just incredibly powerful magic. And I think for you currently, where you are, or where you're coming into right now, the place in your journey that you're coming into right now,
I feel kind of, it's a crazy thing because I feel like I say this a lot in my readings. I feel like this is a recurring theme. Like I feel like there's a group in every reading, and maybe you're in them if you've been with me before. But I feel that I have some people. I've an energy group that I tap into that is very powerful, and I'd love to know, you know, who all's in it. I have some suspicions. I don't know who else watching my videos, but this is a very, like I said, magician, high priestess vibe. This is the raven, okay? The raven. This is power and magic, and is there anything more, you know, gothy than that? And when I say gothy, I guess like what I'm trying to say is there's power in your darkness. There's power in your shadow, I dare say. And I think that it comes from I get the feeling it comes from really deep ancestral memory and knowledge. And I think, you know, for you, this intuition card here saying, you know, trust your instincts and develop your intuition, and you probably already have and do, and that you are absolutely a resilient warrior. You are a force. Your energy is, you know, I think this card is beautiful. It's Queen of Wands energy, in my opinion. Someone else might say it's swords, but I just get a real powerful player here, like a real manifester energy from you. So that's kind of where I'm seeing you are, is in this space of working on your intuition, recognizing it, probably always knowing it's always been there, receiving messages all around you all the time, being really open to that, and being kind of a force in life because of the things you've been through, and you know what those are. And this is just so complete and such a wonderful place to be. Like if you're gonna plateau somewhere, this one feels like I just got the feeling of, if you've ever cruised in a really like a big old steel tank of a car from, say, you know, the 70s, that is a convertible, out on a road where nobody is, and you can really open it up. That's the feeling I got. Like that's a feeling I like. It's a coasting feeling. It's a confident feeling. It's pleasurable. It's just very much content in the little things at the moment. Like that's what I'm getting. And then for Little River to show up, which is actually about trusting the path and just going with the flow, I would say that kind of fits. Like if you are not in that energy right now, it is coming. It is right there for the taking for you. And garden, this is fruitfulness and endless possibilities, and like I said, pleasure and bounty from this garden, and just wholeness and nourishment and health. Like there's just a lot of good stuff for you happening right here in this energy group. Like I can feel excuse me, I can feel just powerful people coming into their own, you know, really hitting a stride of confidence and knowingness and certainty, and trusting yourself and trusting life and appreciating all that you receive. Okay, I don't want to go on too long about all that. It seems very clear to me, and I shuffled and drew, and I shuffled and drew, and I shuffled and drew, and I didn't show you all of that because it's just a waste of time. But you know, these are very complementary to each other. This happens and it's amazing and it feels right. When I see that, it feels right. When you have card after card echoing each other and supporting each other for the message, it's a really beautiful thing. And it helps me really tune in to the energy. And I just, you know, there's carnelian energy all over this situation for you. You know, that's very inspired. It's very wandy, it's very fiery. There's a lot of passion coming in through for you. All right, so I'm going to clear these out of the way and we will get into tarot. Let's do that. I have, you know, with the last reading, while I was doing the shuffling for the tarot, I was filled with an excitement. You know, I felt like that group was on the verge of a lot of excitement, and this one, it is exciting, but it's a calm. I feel a calm. I feel a, you know, if it's been stormy, I feel a calm. If it's not, oops, I'm catching everything on fire. Yay. If it hasn't been so stormy recently, that's fine too. But I definitely feel like the growth has occurred for this next, like, sort of where you're stationing right now, if that makes sense. It's a calm, mature in like growth terms, not like age, you know, mature grasp of kind of the workings of what's going on. I feel you have more of a handle on where you are and where you're headed than you maybe fully aware of right now. Like I think you are aware, but hopefully this reading will steer you into your full ownership. So the first question that I've been asking is just like now, current energy, emerging energy, and upcoming sort of events or something coming up. Just in general on your journey. Yeah, there's a lot of power in you. Like, if you chose this group, I'm inclined to believe it's because you were meant to hear all this, because I feel kind of just like feeling it. How about now for group 2? Ooh, yeah, real powerful. 2 of Swords, choices, decisions being made. Uh-oh. What's emerging? Page of Wands. Yep. And tell me about something lying ahead. Woo! First of all, there's a lot lying ahead. I felt it. There's a lot of goodness lying ahead. 10 of Pentacles. Yo. All right. You may be in an energy right now with this 2 of Swords of
making decisions, making choices, and I don't think you'll have a problem making those. Even if you agonize a little bit, you don't need to. And then the Page of Wands is the emerging energy, and that is those choices coming into decision. That is you knowing what to do and starting it up, like just getting it going, like being like, all right, this is what I decided, and committing to it. And then 10 of Pentacles showing up for what's lying ahead for you. Holy crap, you know. 10 of Pentacles is security and abundance and sometimes family. This is often related to family. It's really just getting yours, and I think that comes not only in a lot of times the Pentacles, we're talking about money and finances and like earthly stuff you need, you know, like getting everything you need and having everything taken care of and everything. But this, regardless, this, you can be rich in other terms, you know, like it's really just about being in a place where you feel on top of it, like you feel like you have accomplished something, and that's coming up for you. And I think that's really awesome. And you probably know what it is because it's related to a decision that you're involved in right now, and you'll know that decision. I mean, remember, you had so much support in your opening energetic oracles, you know, like the strength and the intuition card and the raven and the snake that was on the birth throw card. Like these are all knowing, you know, this is trusting and knowing what to do. And you got this. That's the message here. You got this. If you're if you're at a crossroads, you know what to do. And you're going to be making that choice soon if you haven't yet. And everything's looking good for you. So then, what did I ask up here? What did I ask on the top corner? Oh, it's guidance. Guidance. Sorry. I'm trying to keep them sort of all the same, the readings. Guidance for you now. Important guidance for you now. Important guidance for you now. 7 of Swords. And the Empress. Okay. Stay true. You know, 7 of Swords often talking about dishonest sneakiness, you know, like just, you don't have to do any of that. If you're doing any sort of, here's the message. Watch that manifestation magic and intention setting that you may be doing. You do not need to manipulate anybody else. Let what's meant to be. Anybody who isn't meant to be in your realm, in your vicinity, in your energy, let them go. If that's what they need to do, let that go. You will know, you will feel something is off if people are being dishonest with you, if someone is interested in you for less than less than honorable reasons. If someone has shady intentions with you, you'll know it. You'll get that hit. I know you will. And just like let them find the door out. You know, you don't even have to show it to them. Don't even give them your time. If they're bugging you, give them your time. The Empress here, though, as far as like guidance goes, yeah, like if you can steer clear of negative influence around you and don't get caught up in drama, and don't let anyone you know, negatively influence all your magic, or you know, and be careful what it is
like I said, like if you're, I don't know why, but this is just a real pressing message. You don't want to, like, you shouldn't feel the need. I don't know, it's hard to say you don't and you shouldn't, like, the message that the spirit wants you to know is you don't need to put your energy into manifesting someone or something that isn't meant for you. Like, manifest what is meant for you and focus on it that way, and let the other players in your life, let them have their own power, and let the right things happen. Manifest the right energy for yourself, the matching energy for yourself, that in all of your partnerships, relationships, and you know, friendships and interactions. Like focus your magic and energy and intention on receiving what is meant for you, and that may include some hard lessons, but don't try to manipulate. Just because you have all this power, don't try to manipulate outcomes that are not meant to be yours, because you may get them, but then you're just throwing yourself on a detour, and your real abundance, your real, you know, your real Empress energy and like owning it vibe is there for you, and it just is a matter of like truth and honesty, and I think you got that. All right, in romance and love, group 2, what's current and emerging? The Fool showing up. New beginning, the unknown. Maybe something is beginning, or I mean pre-beginning even, like for you romantically. There could be someone you just have your eye on. There could be someone who has their eye on you and you haven't even really come into awareness yet. There could be a very beginning of a brand new thing. It definitely feels to me like taking the leap into the unknown, but the big energy here for current energy for your romantic life is that you're just a baby, and like you have so much coming that you're not even, like, all the intuition in the world isn't preparing you for the filling of your heart. Like, I'm getting like Ace of Cups energy. Like, I feel like you are at you're on the eve of the dawning of like a really fun, I'm getting, and invigorating, if that makes sense, like a relationship romantically that will bring your power into like it will give your power that sexy vibe, you know. This goes with the Raven as well. Like your energy is about to bump up when you are in this romantic connection that is coming. And I didn't even get to the emerging romantic. That's all intuitive. Emerging. All right, 5 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Okay. However, don't allow yourself to be tangled up with, you're going to receive attention. You're going to receive attention from places that don't deserve a return of your attention. And I mean, who am I to say who deserves what? But like, I just get the feeling that there is some and maybe that's with this, you know, the 7 of Swords is 5 of Wands. There's definitely a feeling of keep a little bit of a guard up, you know, like keep a not necessarily there. I feel like there's one coming. That's just me. That's not here. This is speaking of you know, just you being in a more open space. And this is telling me that you need to be careful about the open space, because your power of attraction is high, and you just need to make sure, like I said up here, that people have the best intentions and that their energy can match yours. You want someone who can match yours. You want to boss up together. Do you understand? So like, that's the message that I'm getting. And I almost feel like I want one more on this. Spirit, can I get one more about what's coming up in love and romance for this group too? Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is very much confirming to me. Knight of Cups is that, you know, the knight in shining armor. But I just really get the feeling that you're going to have a lot of offers, a lot of attention, and a lot of options, so to speak. And you're going to have to be discerning about where you want to put your energy. And attention can feel many ways, and sometimes it can feel really flattering, but you don't owe anybody anything. So just keep an eye out for the signs that, you know, if you are working on, you know, if you're in this Fool energy and you're asking for like the right one, you know, then the trick is recognizing it when you see it, kind of, and not being led off course by an imposter. So I would warn you to take your time, which can be very difficult because I sense you have a fiery nature and you probably are prone to moving quickly. But that's that, okay? Oops. That's so funny. Queen of Wands just flipped over, and that's, like I said, that Strength card gave me Queen of Wands energy, and that's exactly what I just said when I said you have a fiery nature. Like, yeah. I understand. Like, it can be a trick. You'll be like, oh, this is here for a reason. You probably have that mindset too. I have that a lot. Like, every little thing that happens, you're like, oh, this must be meant to be. Well, not always. I think this is an important message. This Five of Wands, this Seven of Swords are important messages for you to take your time with deciding what things are and where to put your energy. So the next question is going to be about your pursuit of happiness and fulfillment, kind of like where you are. Where you are in that. Four of Cups. You may be feeling a little defeated sometimes. You may be feeling like you're not making the progress you want to make. You may be feeling like you've got a little bit but not enough. It may be, you may attach it to your mood, like how well you're doing and how I just sense a little bit of what I'm getting is not knowing how you feel, like, which is an interesting thing for a fiery person. But like, I get the sense of you're not really sure what you're feeling sometimes, which is just like, sometimes the absence of emotions is the emotion itself, if that makes any sense to you. So you may currently be feeling like, maybe you feel powerful, but you may be feeling that maybe you're feeling this indecisiveness right here, where it felt like you were making a decision. Maybe you're not sure. Like, maybe it affects you, the thought of letting the one side of the decision go. Like, maybe it's bittersweet. That's what I get. Like, bittersweet energy right now. Like, you're like, yeah, this is cool, but this kind of sucks. And they go together, and this is where I am. What's coming up in this in your quest for happiness. Knight of Pentacles. It's slower moving, but building. It's satisfaction on the way. It's accomplishment, and it's happening. It's happening. It's in progress. It's in progress. You are manifesting and a work in progress yourself, and your happiness is and fulfillment, more than happiness I get with this. Your fulfillment and your sense of purpose are coming into shape, but it's Knight of Pentacles being the slower knight, as everybody knows, I think. And so yeah, so like a little bit of patience, and you know, don't be down on yourself if your results aren't instant. Don't be down on yourself if you don't automatically feel insanely good about a choice. Like, you know, you want to trust yourself, but it's totally normal to wonder, what if you made this choice or that, you know, like that's reasonable. But you're doing okay, and you're going to be, you're doing all the right things. And then I wanted to get healing your inner child, loving that inner child in you. I already just got the feeling that this is an area for you to spend some time. So kind of give me some messages about, what does this inner child need from you right now? Oh, what does the inner child need from you right now? That's a happy ever after. Your inner child needs you to let them know through practice and love, self-love, that things are going to be okay and everything's going to turn out just how it's meant to be, and that you will find happiness, and you will feel a sense of togetherness and closeness in your life that maybe, I think, just wasn't always there. I get the feeling that your inner child has dreamed a lot of situations and scenarios, and that they deep inside of you feel will close a gap, like fill a void, you know, like I feel like there's been a void, and this is, you know, what does your inner child need from you right now? Ultimate love, like ultimate love that little you. And I said before I got a card that I had a feeling that this is an area you needed to do work in, and I do feel that is reiterated here with this 10 of Cups. Like, I think that you are called to absolutely address your just that child in you. And I always say the little you, like the you who built all these ideas of who you are and what life is and what love is and what you know, what it's all about and what you need. And I just feel that's what you're asked to do, is a lot of work and a lot of love. Acknowledging, recognizing those dreams, those ideas, those sort of projections of what it was all about. Like, some of them will fall away and some of them will be brought back into play. Take a look at those ideas of what you thought as a child, you know, you were here to do, if you ever had that thought, and allow some of those ideas to have air again, you know. And then one more for this, a message from, let me get a message from Ooh, a message from your inner child. The devil. Okay. You may be someone who has developed a lot of anxious habits and potentially like obsessive compulsive types of habits. You may be someone who has lived a little recklessly because you have not valued yourself and who you are enough. You haven't realized how special you are. And there's a deep, this is all like almost subconscious, you know, like this is, here you see this, like, I guess that's a praying mantis climbing up into, that's one of those plants that eats insects. Anyway, this is beautiful. Message from your inner child. If you have nervous, obsessive energy that is related to a pressure that you put on yourself or felt as a child, put on you by others, if you feel a pressure, if you feel a temptation to do risky things, it probably has, what I'm getting is it probably has more to do with your own sense of self-worth and esteem, and what you are willing to sacrifice or risk to get the attention of someone, to get the love of someone, to get the to feel alive even. This is spreading across like a few different energies, but there's definitely a feeling of I get that, you know, somebody is a risk taker kind of carelessly almost, but it's related to self-worth issues. And like if you find yourself flirting with danger, to feel something, to feel anything, I think there's a message from your inner child that maybe what you need to do is just, I get this feeling of like just giving yourself a hug, you know what I mean? Like just giving yourself reassurance that you don't need to go out on a limb constantly to prove anything to yourself or to others. Okay? It is perfectly okay to be tender and soft and to be gentle and choose those moments when you're risky. Choose them because you really want to, and question your own motives around it. So yeah, this is all I really planned on doing for the readings. This set of questions feels a little quick, but that's what I have time for today. I hope that you found some resonance in this. I'd love to hear it if you did. And yeah, this is I'll say it again, this feels like an energy that I get into a lot. I feel like there's somebody or some people who are who return to my videos specifically who are very powerful. Like I always feel a little bit like, ooh, when I encounter this group. Okay, so all right, see you next time. Well, hello group 3. You chose the Starpower Tarot. I want to show you these cards I pre-shuffled and drew before we talk. Get them up close from the Archetypes deck. The Destroyer. From the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle, we have Gebo, this rune with, we have a swan and a full moon there. Animal Magic, we have a horse. Vision of the Muse, Emerge.
Heart's Eye Oracle, fulfilled. Wilderness Collide, we have Land of Oz. And the Hollow Valley deck of symbols, Eclipse. Okay. So, all right. So first of all, looking at the Destroyer, like I wanted to, this is all about kind of like your energy right now on the path and like the journey that you're on. The Destroyer is talking to us about life being redirected by painful events and circumstances. It's kind of like unexpected stuff sometimes, and rejection, and just really kind of brutal stuff that just like comes out at you and like really tries to get you. And you know, these are things that really bring the shadow up and really bring your own shadow attributes into play, and where you can, when that happens, it is so that you can address them, and so that you can work with it and work with what you got and how you're made and who you are. So it can be awful, but it can feel awful, but it's truly just a part of this ride that we're on. And you know, it can't all be good all the time. If you have any depth in your character and your being, and your soul is connected and wants to be here for a reason, all these sorts of you know, I think anybody who's here listening to tarot, I would hope, is on a quest to become better versions of ourselves. Like that's it kind of comes with the territory. I don't know, maybe YouTube has attracted a whole bunch of stuff that I don't necessarily understand, but I don't, you know, they're probably not here. It works like that, right? Or won't stay. If I don't give you the glitz and glam, right? So, horse, strength, endurance. Like the horse is a beautiful, majestic symbol of freedom and work, you know, like it's like graceful work. It's honor. The horse is symbolic of bringing us to the change that we need, you know, like I get emerge. Speaking of being, you know, in the change you need, emerge is about being confident in yourself and opening. Come on out. Like come in, the water's warm, or come on out here and, you know, show us your wings. Like it's really just coming into yourself in such a way that is very open and like ready to see things in a sort of like humbled way. If you have been experiencing some difficulty, you may be feeling, you know, that deep in you is a strength, and it can be exhausting to be told you're strong. I understand that. And sometimes you don't want to be strong. You just want to be held. And this is just stuff that I'm feeling like saying. And that's perfectly normal. And it's okay to need, you know, someone else to be strong for you, is what I get. At any rate, emerging into a kind of new self-confidence, and just being open to what is ahead. And for you, I'm getting that this isn't a nervous openness, and while it is excited, I just really get a real humble openness, like a whole, like, you know, like, okay, I've been beaten down and dragged through it.
I rose above it. I did the best I could, and like, show me something good now. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting from you and this group. And I just want to say that fulfillment is on the way. Like, this is the perfect path for getting to what it is you're asking for, and you're doing it in a beautiful way from what I can see. You've done the best you can. You're open and, you know, hoping for the best to come. And I think that this fulfilled card is just a message that you will be receiving just more light and more of the good stuff, you know, that's in our lives, and the positivity and radiance are coming, you know, like, it's a real sort of warmth in your soul about what it is you're here for. This Gebo rune is about partnership and fair exchange, and sometimes that involves sacrifice, which I think you may have already given up a lot, and now it will be your turn to receive a lot. With the swan and the full moon, I always get reflection, like a lot of self-reflection for you now. But with Gebo being very much about union and partnership, I feel that for you, one of the good things coming to you, for you to get this card, one of the good things coming to you is a good match to your energy. This is most likely a romantic reflection. This is someone who you can see making your way forward with, in you know, someone that you feel amplifies your energy and you amplify theirs, and together you're kind of like a boss duo, you know. That's just a feeling. It doesn't necessarily have to be true for everyone, but it does feel like there's a lot of self-reflection and mirroring in a positive way, in a radiant way, in a amplified way, like I said. For this land of Oz, this is very much about facing your fears and you know, just really just having to dive in, and appropriately enough here, beside eclipse, like this eclipse, this is heavy. This is your shadow, and this goes with this up here, these guys, especially this one. Look how similar they are. It's crazy. When I see, I've said it in another reading today, when I see cards echo this way in an energy, it's all the confirmation I need that Spirit is with us and tying me to you, and you are here for a reason, and I am not doing this in vain. That is crazy to me. Those two images, I just noticed how incredibly similar and appropriately the meanings of these cards are, working together. So the eclipse being about the shadow and actually endings, and this is about endings and the shadow. And so yeah, there's definitely just a vibe that you're coming out of, possibly a dark night of the soul. Galena is heavy. I just want to say, like, it's literally heavy, and it's also dangerous, and like, you're not supposed to let your kids touch it. But what I'm just getting is that you're coming out of something, but what is coming for you and to you is yours and worth it, worth everything you've been through is the vibe that I'm getting for what's ahead. You're in a sweet, potentially kind of vulnerable spot, but you know you're strong. What good is strength when you feel kind of like exhausted, but like you're coming out, you're coming into the ability to really, like I said here with facing fears, the ability to really just like stare down your demons and address that shit. Like this here beside, this is about facing your fears, and this eclipse is about your shadow. And like, I think this is just like shadow work for you. Like lots of like anything that this destroyer brought up. And maybe you lost something or things in your life that were kind of holding you together, or you felt they were the glue of what you are. And they, like, I feel a big loss here in a way. And this is just, you know, an opportunity for you. It's not just, but this is an opportunity for you to face certain attributes about your shadow that you would like to work with, to, you know, release probably some pain, and move forward in a way where you're leaning toward your light, you know, and the positivity that is clearly there for you. I mean, here's a sun, here's a full moon, you know, we have a sun here and another moon here, and this is an eclipse as a moon. Like there's a lot of big orb connectedness and larger than us, larger than life feeling for me. And I think that it's all here for you. And yes, okay. I don't want to spend a whole ton of time on this. I think it made a lot of sense. It made me feel I was getting into the group for sure. So, Starpower Tarot. I'm going to do this layout just as I've done the others. It's not super long. The first thing I'm going to do look at group 3. I'm looking at group 3. I want to look at now. Energy now on this journey. Whoop. Energy now on this journey. King of Pentacles. That's good. Emerging energy. Emperor. Yo. And what lies in wait for you? 3 of Pentacles. It's the second time a 3 of Pentacles showed up in that position. I think there's a real collective energy of working together and collaborating with making change through coming together. It's just a side note. So for your now energy, King of Pentacles, I feel you've got your eyes set on some bigger goals and dreams, and you are trying to maneuver into striking position. You know, King of Pentacles may often mean like you've done it, you're there, you're rocking it. But like I get the feeling that you're figuring out how to still. Close, but really still in a process of figuring out how, like seeing the keeping your eyes on the prize, like putting the goal into like a tangible prize box, you know, like I just get like the ribbon, the trophy, the award. Like I feel like you've got your eyes on it and you're set on it, and like there's an energy now for you of getting to it and making it yours, and doing whatever it is that you're trying to do, doing it well and doing it successfully. And this Emperor is speaking of that success. This Emperor energy is showing up for yourself, making shit happen, and standing in your power. So that's all coming. You're going for it, and you're going to be feeling good for a change if you weren't feeling so good, which I feel like some people weren't. Three of Pentacles, you know, speaking of collaboration, this is something lying ahead. There's a collaboration lying ahead for you. There's something, some kind of working together. In the other reading I got, it had to do with like a greater good, like positive change kind of for everyone kind of feeling. But with this one in particular, it really just feels like you calling in your best, is cohort a word? Like, why do I forget language when I'm doing this? It's weird. You're calling in your best allies. You are discerning who is on your side and who is going to help you. And it's not a manipulation. It's not, there's nothing like sneaky about it. Like, it's not like, how would I say? Like, it's not like you're trying to use anybody, you know, or manipulate anybody. It's just like you're really kind of like picking and choosing your allies, your spiritual allies, both in this realm and the world and the 3D. Like, I get this feeling that you're like tapped into your own, like maybe you're wanting to kind of connect with your higher self and your maybe some guides in the realm for yourself. And like, I see that going well, and I see you in the 3D world also being able to kind of like align yourself with others who are on a similar quest in life, and sort of inspiring each other and working together to get results. What's some guidance? Some guidance for 3 about this path. 3 of Swords. Some heartbreak there. Heartbreak doesn't last forever. Guidance. Justice. All right. So, guidance. 3 of Swords being just shitty feelings and shitty times, and like a little bit of like sadness and agony and just bullshit, you know. I get a little irritated right now, like with this feeling. I'm getting a feeling that you've just had like too much bullshit like going on. Like, you're kind of like over it, you know. You're over like bad shit happening and bullshit happening. And if there was a heartbreak, you're like, you know, but the guidance for you here is to just like rise above it and let it go. Like, it's time. And oh, we lost a candle. Where's my other one? I really want another candle. Hold on. The Justice card. The Justice card here, talking about doing the right thing, you know. And I think you know what the right thing is, but with regard to, you know, the 2 of these together here, this is just speaking about like decisive action that is makes change, you know. Like, you have to, your guidance from Spirit right now is to actively release pain and heartbreak. Like, you can't expect it to just be taken away from you, is what I'm hearing. Like, you have to be a participant in the release of it. And you can't just be like, oh, it won't let me go. It's got me and it won't let me go. Well, no, it's bullshit that has been bogging you down and keeping you from your prize that you have your eye on, and you're like standing in your power stuff, and maybe even aligning with the right people. So you have all the power in the world to like throw the gavel down and be like, you know, case fucking dismissed. Like, it's over. It's over. And I just hope you feel empowered to own, you know, how you know, yes, we have feelings, but like to own how long you allow yourself to linger there, you know, let it go if you can. And you know, I see all the time, like, let it go, surrender, release. And it's like, well, how? Well, how? Honestly, by saying that that's what you're doing. If you say it to yourself, if you write it down, if you paint a picture, like whatever it is you need to do. I just get the feeling here, and the guidance from Spirit about where you are on your path is to make that decision to let go of heartbreak and pain and whatever that means to you. It could mean seeking therapeutic methods, or doing rituals. Even you could even have rituals done with you, by you, like whatever you need to do to release. We all have different ways, and we have different circumstances that ask for different ways. Like what the way I release one relationship may not be the same as another relationship, or another heartbreak of, you know, being let down by a friend or a family member, or a job situation, or a life situation. Like there's a whole lot of stuff, and we have different reactions. So whatever it is to you to let go of some heartbreak that has been interfering with your ability to achieve everything that you're setting out to achieve. And I think you're already getting there. Like you're already, that's why I think right here where I said this King of Pentacles, I don't think you're in that energy. I think for me to receive this for you now, I think you're really looking at it, and you really want to be. So focus on that. And anything that's holding you back, let it fall away. Show it who's boss, you know? So this is going to be a question about romantic love for you, on like current and emerging energy in your romantic sector. Current Chariot. Current energy is Chariot, which speaks to me about something happening. There's movement, something's happening. Maybe you're good, or something good is happening. Five of Wands, emerging. Okay. So with this Chariot for being current, and the Five of Wands being emerging, I feel, unfortunately, I just feel still something that needs to clear. Something may be something that has happened, something, ghosts from past love are hanging you up on where you could be. And I realize that's pretty general, but this is a general reading. But like, I just get the feeling here for me is that you just want things to be cool. You just want like a nice, chill, romantic situation where like you're both feeling like winners and mutually respecting each other. And I feel like maybe it's too soon, or maybe there just hasn't been enough release of maybe you have boundaries in place that are going to get in the way. Like, don't get in the way of yourself, like with love. Like, if something new and exciting is meant to be and comes in for you, well, timing is important, but don't let the past or this last thing that happened hang you up in such a way that you can't move forward or towards something better for you. away from something that wasn't meant to be into something better for you. Don't let wounds be walls kind of vibe. Don't. You've got to look at it and you've got, here's the message, you've got to look at it and speak to it. Like I said here, where you have the power to make the decision to let go of these things that have hurt you. And here it is again, like, don't let it interfere with where your love life is headed, because you refuse to like speak it or look at it, you know, like tell it, like get, you know, all of that, feel it and release it. Like you have, it feels like the message here about your love life is you do once again need to actively address something that like I said before, it feels like bullshit. Sometimes this could be a pride wound that I'm getting. Your pride may be feeling wounded. You may feel like you were so wrong, and that like, how could you be so wrong? Is that's a feeling that I'm getting. It may have made you feel like you can't trust your judgment in romance, and that you won't know if something's good for you or bad for you because you've chosen, so you feel responsible for choosing wrong before, or being wrong about a relationship or a situation. Maybe you thought something was, you know, really meant to be, and it turned out not to be that way. Just stuff. Can I get one more? Whoa, look at that. Spirit wants to give you one more for sure. I'd like to get one more for what kind of hope in letting go. I just saw something, but I'm not going to talk about it, but I did see an Ace of Wands. What kind of hope is involved here? Like please, Spirit, tell me something that number 3 has to look forward to. That was the 4 of Wands. That's a happy event. That's a base. That's good. That's a foundation. I get it. I want to see what, Spirit, please show me what something group 3 has to look forward to in love. Page of Cups. So you have emotions and feelings and romance sparking up and being declared and coming in. Absolutely. So yeah, you'll have to like work with some of that pain from the past and release it so that you don't carry it into the next thing. But there's definitely options I see coming, but also I see that you have someone coming in who will stand out in the crowd, who will, you know, you might catch each other's eye across a room full of people. Like there's something coming in that is different and new, and there's something that I believe it will hit you, like you will know. And I think, look, my candle went out again. And maybe you've been worried about knowing because you weren't sure, you maybe didn't make the right decisions before, and you're not sure you can trust your gut on reading people. But I believe that this person, there's someone coming in who won't make that so challenging for you. Like you'll know you want to at least try it out. I'll give you that much. Okay? And you may just have to work along the way on these boundaries and walls that you may have built around the disappointment of the last thing. So the next question was about where you are in the pursuit of fulfillment or happiness. Like where, I mean, it's kind of a general, like but I've been just kind of adding a second question. So now an emerging, now in the pursuit of happiness. 10 of Wands. You may be feeling like it's a lot to like shoot that far ahead. Like you're more in a now kind of energy. You're more in a like, what can I touch and handle right now? Like I can't like deal with much any more surprises is what I just got. Like, please don't give me any setbacks. You're in a like energy of wanting a break. You're feeling ready for a break. You feel like you deserve a break. And emerging in your pursuit of happiness. 7 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of boundary stuff with you. You are not only having to work on boundary issues, you know, and defensiveness that has been brought up because of pain in a relationship probably, but also just in life. I'm getting like there's just a lot. You've been handed a shitty shake of things, you know, like is what I'm feeling, and it's been down on you, and you have to you have an emerging energy of addressing the things that are weighing you down, and addressing the things that are standing in your way, and kind of being going at them full force, like swords drawn, you know, like I know this is a 7 of Wands and I just said swords, but like, yeah, like you're kind of like, all right, you know, you may be feeling kind of like guarded and protective of yourself, and maybe you should, but like there's this emerging energy of, you know, being able to take on immediate signs or immediate signals of, you know, quick. What I just saw was a flashing yellow caution light, you know, like I think there's just your defenses are in overdrive, in hyper mode right now, and it's fair because it feels like you've been through some crap. So like while that may be true, hopefully what I'm seeing here is an emerging sense of strength to manage it, you know? Yeah. So for you, with this 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands right here and your pursuit of happiness, I feel like whatever has happened to you is just having a residual grime on your stuff, and it just needs a good scrubbing. And like I get the feeling that a lot of the stuff is already out of the way, and it's just up to you to what's the right word? It's up to you to I'm sorry. I'm like seeing all these images and I'm trying to decide like how to describe it. I'm seeing like someone polishing. Do you understand? Like polishing, buffing, you know? Like it's up to you to decide it's time, if that makes any sense. Like you don't need to wait. You've been through enough, it's true, and you don't need to wait for a green light, and you don't need to feel like you're just sitting at a yellow light. Like I get this feeling that you have a lot of there's a lot of hesitation around your ability to know what it is you want to be fulfilled, but also your ability to feel like you deserve it. Yeah, so there's just a lot of work here. Something really hit you hard, and I mean, there it was in the Destroyer in that first Archetypes card, and like it keeps showing up, and I don't know why. I was like, I think because the first two readings were very different and very like positive outlook, and not that this isn't positive outlook, it is. It is here as well. It's just that I don't think, I think of the three groups, you have really been through probably some of the more trying events recently, of comparatively, relatively speaking, right? All right, let's talk about healing the inner child. What does your inner child need you to do? Three of Wands. Your inner child needs you to look at the bigger picture and think about your life in a bigger way than you have been. Like zoom out. More about the inner child and healing. Healing. Ace of Cups. All that love. All that love. Oh, all the love that you have for other people, you need to keep some for yourself. Turn it around. I'm getting a message right now about, and I think it's because it showed up, everything shows up in your self-help Instagram, right? I'm getting reminded of this idea of love bombing, being like trying so hard to give to others to prove that you're worthy when you don't need to do all that. Like it's just a symptom of fear of rejection and like attachment issues. Like I think here the message about healing your inner child is that you need to like step back and realize, like take a look at your life from a pulled back lens, you know, like look at your youth, look at your teens, look at your adult life, look at your relationships, look at, and you probably have been doing that, and like you just have to, like, it's not the looking at it, it's the zooming out and looking at it as a bigger whole picture, and realize like everything that's happened has led you to where you are, and acknowledge that some of the things that you're doing, some of your behaviors in relationships are probably related to you know, feelings of inadequacy and fears of someone not sticking around and deeming you lovable enough. So I feel like there's a real message for you to, you know, that sounds kind of heavy, but Three of Wands and Ace of Cups are actually super positive cards. And even though I'm talking about something kind of heavy, they really are. Three of Wands is manifestation energy. And Ace of Cups is beautiful, exciting, overflowing love energy. So I don't think that, even if my message seems a little like intense, I think all in all, you know, compared to here where your pursuit of happiness had like some heavy hitters that I interpreted how I did, like this one, you know, yeah, I see that you need to look at how you love yourself and compared to how you love others, and how you see yourself compared to how you see others. Like it's out of balance. And I think that you have so much to give, and just you need to trust in, I hear that you need to trust in divine timing. And for here, there's also just a I get the message that there's stuff waiting for you that you cannot even imagine. that you've never felt free to imagine or creative enough to imagine. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, you maybe have looked at certain situations and scenarios and been like, that'll never happen to me. And it's just a scarcity mindset. And I think that in your inner child work, you can address love that may have been lacking, and find it within yourself to fill your own cup. Now you are grown, and it doesn't mean that the past doesn't hurt. It does, and there's an acknowledgement to everything that you've been through that needs to happen. And I saw that elsewhere, but yeah, like you're very sweet. There's so much sweetness here. I just want you to keep your head up. That's really just all I have left to say. Keep your head up. Everything is turning around, and you've got some work to do, but you are not alone. That's all I really had to say. So I hope this was helpful for someone. Please feel free to let me know, and see you next time.